Roman Anthony spoke a little bit yesterday, did he?
He sat down with Cooper Boardman, who even calls some games right here on WEEI,
Yeah.
and talked about hitting home runs off of certain pitchers, and when people ask him about it and things of that nature. Here was our guy Roman Anthony.
People always ask, like, what's it feel like to hit a home run off of this guy or that guy? It's like, I actually have no idea. Like, I just, ran into something, was doing the right things at that point in time. But when you're in it, you don't really think about it, right? You homer out the guy. It's like, all right, next at bat. Like, all right, next game, next inning, defense, whatever. Like, there's so many. I think that's why it's such a funny, like, amazing, unique game. Is like you just constantly keep going. You play 162 games, and you play 9 innings every day. It's like we gotta on to the next pitch, on to the next play. It's such a unique game to where you don't have time where maybe football, once a week. Yeah. Let's sit back and think about what we did, for the next 5-6 days. And so, for me, never really had time to sit back and think about everything.
I do love his attitude, and I hope he's aware that the entire hopes and dreams of a region rest on his gigantic, well-defined shoulders, because we need a bunch of dingers from him.
So you think he is the one, if I were asked the room, most pressure
on a player on this Red Sox team?
Yep.
I would put that on, like, Garrett Crochet. That's who I put all, like, the pressure of the team on him.
I mean, I guess.
Roman Anthony's still so young. Like,
yeah. I mean, the expectation is certainly high for him, but he, other than the injury, I think during his time here last season, he delivered very well for the baseball team.
Would you think he has the most pressure on him this year?
I don't know if it's pressure. Like, I feel like Trevor Story has a lot of pressure because he was good last year. This team doesn't have a lot of pop. If he goes back to what he was 2 years ago, I think this team is in deep trouble.
And I feel like I want to ask Alex Cora this when we talk to him next week, but I feel like he is, whether asked or just doing it on his own, is trying to step in a little bit to that veteran leadership void that was left by the departure of Alex Bregman, maybe, the way I've heard him talk so far.
That could be true. And the other thing, I was driving around last night, I heard Arcan talking about how this is all on Breslow. That Arcan's point of view was that Breslow decided how to allocate these resources and that it was all, he has to, quote, own the offseason, unquote. And I just don't put any of it on Breslow.
No.
I don't think it's his decision to do anything.
Well, I think it's all on Cora with the season, because Cora is the one who told us that he believes that he has a better team this year than he did last year.
Well,